exceptional Nigerian students, Mmesomachukwu Okonkwo and Bukolami Adeyemi, have joined the ranks of other accomplished Chrisland alumni by coming out tops and smashing records at the IGCSE examinations, which are conducted by Cambridge in collaboration with the British Council and are undertaken alongside WASSCE and NECO in numerous Nigerian secondary and A-level schools that offer the British curriculum. Mmesomachukwu Okonkwo emerged as best in the world ESL IGCSE Cambridge British Council 2022, 100% in a totally theory-based English exam with over 140 countries and 1 million candidates across the world, while Bukolami Adeyemi emerged best in law Cambridge A-level exams 2022 with over 2 million candidates across the world involved. These achievements highlight the consistent success of Chrisland students in receiving prestigious Cambridge prizes. Now, to put the icing on the cake, we're joined in the studio by these two wonderful women. One joins us virtually all the way from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We have Bukolami Adeyemi. She's joining us. And here as well in our studios is Mmesomachukwu Okonkwo. Good morning, ladies. It is a delight to have you join us. Hello, Bukolami. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Mmesoma, thank you for joining us. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So I think I'll start with Bukolami because I think that yours has some background in law, if I'm correct. Talk to us about the exams and, the category you've won and the exams. How was it for you?
Okay, so the exams I took were actually the Cambridge International AS and A-level examinations. The awards I got were for my AS level. I actually got 2 awards from Cambridge. The first is the top in the world in Cambridge International AS level law, and the second was the High Achievement Award in Cambridge AS level psychology. A-levels is a level 3 qualification, Cambridge A-levels. So it is a step further than IGCSE. It's what you do when you want to go to a UK university, and it takes you directly to a year 1. The exams were totally theory-based. There's no objective in both law and psychology. So that's what the exams.
That's amazing. We're incredibly proud of you, and having done that. And I'd like Mmesoma to also give us her own background. Talk to us about the category that you won and the exams that you took.
Okay, the achievements I received from the British Council was top in the world for English IGCSE. IGCSE, similar to Bukolami's exam, is for students intending to take A-levels in the UK or achieve any form of higher education while in the UK. The exam wasn't compulsory for people in my school, but a few of my friends took it. You offer 6 subjects, commonly 6 subjects, and English was compulsory. It's a theory-based exam similar to hers, and there were no objective questions at all.
Okay, I want to know, what the preparations were like before you eventually took the exam, because there's a ton of people who took the exam, and you both came up top of your of course you with the best results. So what was the preparation like? I'm going to start with Bukola. What did you have to go through in preparation for the exam, and did you have any fears?
Okay, so for the exams, I actually had to give up my entire summer in 2022 because the exam was taken in the October-November series. So I had to be in school through July, August, September. So when everybody else was at home during summer, I had to be in school. But the staff were in school, and there were other people that were preparing for that exam with me as well. But we were very few in numbers, so school was kind of empty. The preparations were, well, let's just say tasking, because it had to do with a lot of sacrifice and I won't say late night reading because I'm not a late night reader, but it had to do with making sure I'm utilizing every single hour of my day, doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I had to analyze how Cambridge set their questions, how they ask questions, how they expect you to answer. So it had to do with a lot of analysis. And I definitely got a lot of help from my teachers, my lecturers. The staff in Chrisland Pedagogy College were totally supportive, like my principal, Dr. Mrs. Agomo. So I had a lot of support. I had people that were pushing me constantly to not limit myself to what I thought I could achieve, but to achieve more.
Well, that's really beautiful. Mmesoma, let's just talk about your preparations. How difficult were they? What did you have to give up? Just like Bukola, of course, had to let go of her summer. So tell us about yours also.
I won't say I was scared during the process of preparation, but it was new territory for me because all the exams I'd ever written prior to this were completely objective, 1 to 50, A to D. So this was something new for me. It required a lot of learning, a lot of experimenting, and similar to hers, a lot of analysis, learning. Thankfully, the British Council releases all their previous exams, their Cambridge IGCSE exams. So you have like a whole reserve of past questions to go through. Luckily as well, I had my teachers with me, I had my friends with me, and my school with me. I didn't miss a whole summer, but I definitely missed a few breaks, Easter, I think, and a few other midterms were spent in school, practicing, reading, and revising. It was tedious. It got tedious at some points, very difficult to stay through, but thankfully, I also had God by my side to give me the motivation needed during that period. So.
Brilliant. So much work.
Olive, I just wanted to ask, if you had summer when you were in secondary school?
Well, that wasn't quite our reality. We just had third term break and then you go home. So, but I'm excited to see that it's something that they have.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
The fact that they understand when to explore and when to sacrifice it and prioritize other things. But both of you have put in so much work, and I'm really glad that all the work that you put in has yielded this very beautiful result. Let's talk about the day that you found out your results. I want you both to take us back to the day, the moment where you found out, your results. Mmesomachukwu, give us your experience first.
The moment I found out about my results, I think it was in school first when my teacher told me about it. Later on, that's like a few weeks ago, he told me that he really didn't want to tell me that it was top in the world. So he just came to me and told me, oh, you're going to the British Council to receive an award for your IGCSE. And I was happy about it. I brushed it off. I thought maybe something they give to everyone because he didn't really go into detail about what had happened. But then I got to the British Council the day of the award ceremony, and I was handed an envelope with my name and what I got, where I was to be seated with my family members and everything like that. And then I opened up the envelope and I looked into it, and there was like this little card with my name and everything, and I saw top in the world there. I wouldn't say I was necessarily shocked because I know the amount of effort that I put into it. I know the amount of effort my teachers put into it, but it was really something to learn about that day. My parents were smiling at me, I was smiling. It was really something.
Brilliant. I can imagine if it was, if I had that opportunity. Bukolami, do you have a similar experience?
Well, actually, I got my results in January for my October-November AS level examinations, and seeing the scores, because they give you like the standard mark, and seeing the score, I had some lecturers tell me, for my psychology, I had some lecturers tell me, oh, well, Chrisland PDB College actually also won her achievement award for psychology last year, and the score was really close to this. So I was actually expecting, okay, maybe by the grace of God, I could get a high achievement award in psychology, but I was definitely not expecting the top in the world in law. When I was actually told by my principal, Dr. Okonkwo. She called me, she sent for me and called me to her office. And as soon as I entered, she just like stood up and gave me a hug. And she was like, I'm so proud of you. And then she told me to sit, and then she read the email directly from British Council to me, telling me the awards I had won. And it was such a surreal moment. I was literally like jumping and screaming, and we were both just so happy. And in that moment, as soon as I left her office, I just had to go and thank God, because without God, like this just could not have happened. And I just felt so happy. I immediately called my parents, and everybody was so happy. We're all screaming and shouting. It was a very memorable experience.
It definitely has to be. I want to, in the interest of time, because we need to wrap up in a bit, I want to know what next for you both. Does this mean, you will be going to Cambridge? I would say, I've been grinning since even before the interview started. I'm always excited to see women win. And of course, to see that you both are starting to win, even at, as young as you are, it's exciting for me. So what next? Where are we going to see you both in the next, couple of years? Mmesoma, you can start.
I plan to first take a gap year after I graduate. I'm graduating very soon. take a few internships, learn a few skills, and spend time with my family. And then afterwards, I plan to study business management in a university, preferably one in the UK now, because I'm sure this award might open up a few scholarship opportunities here and there. So that's something I'm really looking forward to.
Okay, Bukola, go ahead.
Bukolami, the floor is yours. What's the
Okay,
next
so,
one?
well, I actually just graduated. Okay, so I actually just graduated from Chrisland Pedagogical College in June. And with my A-level results, I've been able to get a number of offers and scholarships from universities in the UK. So by the grace of God, I intend on resuming university in the UK this September 2023 to study law. It's going to be just for 3 years, so with my A-level qualification. So that's what's next.
And after that, do you think you come back to do the law school program here in Nigeria? The law school program that I think is for 18 months, bar one. Do you think you come back for that, or you just focus on getting called in England?
Well, I actually want to get called in both places. I first want to take the BPTC, that's the Bar Professional Training Course in the UK, and be qualified as a barrister in the UK. Then come back to Nigerian school, take with bar 1 and bar 2.
Fantastic.
Okay. What is Chrisland putting in their stew? That's a good question to ask.
A
What
valid
stew
question.
does Chrisland give you girls, to make you so brilliant? I'm really proud of you both, and I genuinely wish you both the best.
And before you go, please, I'd like you in 10 seconds each to share with us like study tips. I know there are young people who are probably watching and thinking they would like to also, excel. Maybe desire to break world records at the top level. For some of them, it's just even maybe passing their exams and doing well at that. What are some tips you would share with them in 10, 15 seconds? Mmesoma, you first, and then Bukolami next.
I think what's most important is to find what it is that works for you, because there's so many study tips going around that might not exactly work for you. So whenever you find what it is that works for you, do your very best at it and make sure that you're always putting your best constantly into everything. It doesn't have to break records, but as long as it's your best, you'll find peace within yourself with that exam.
Brilliantly said. Bukolami.
I think just like what Mmesoma said, you have to know what works best for you. I think one important thing is timing. People think, when you stay up at night and read throughout the night, you do well, but I've never read at night before. So I think you need to know yourself. And one important thing I think a lot of people do is passive reading. Do not read passively. Like, don't just stare at your book and be reading and say, I've been reading this book for 5 hours. I don't time my reading. I actually just space my reading. So I'm saying I want to do 3 pages, not I want to read for 3 hours. I think if you do it like that, you're more likely to achieve more. Make sure you're actively reading. You can take focus breaks so you're not stressed at one point in time.
Bukola, Adeyemi, Mmesomachukwu, Okonkwo, thank you so much for making us proud, for making Nigeria proud, and we look forward to seeing you on big stages around the world in the nearest future. All the best. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.